Hello and welcome back. In the last episode I botched a solid fuel build. I've taken a few minutes to think about the choices I've been making in my life and put together one that I think does work. So let's take this out. That's it. Okay, and it's essentially the same pattern but with the right number of machines. So it's also a little bit asymmetric, which is fine because I think that fits the character of this build better. Okay, so we've got this. Let's add some more roboports. We actually need coverage up to there. Oh no, we need logistics coverage, not construction coverage. There we are. Okay, and then we need let's auto trash these back to 50. There we are. Okay, so we don't need logistics out. Yeah, we need out to there. There we go. Okay, so that's this half of the build, so that can go. Great. Then let's take this half of the build, and that will go down here somewhere. So we would need a number of rails, which we will just paste in without really thinking too hard about where they go. Okay. So I'm not quite sure how many rails we need, but then the roboports need to go below them. And this is the longer build. Yeah, this needs to go down here. There we are. Then I think I can pull this up. There we go. Now, how many logistics spots do we have? We happen to have none, so let's put some in. There we go. All right. What's the next thing? Okay, we have no power, so let's do that. And then we have no heavy oil. Okay, no good deed goes unpunished. And then I actually don't know if there's enough fluid capacity in here, or if we would need pumps or other shenanigans. But anyway, there is heavy oil. Good. And let's just check here. These chests are uncapped. That's probably a very bad idea. Okay, I'm going to fix that and then come back and fix other things in a minute. This is one of those things you should fix with a blueprint, isn't it? Okay. So it's just this component here. Let's put that down over the top. There we are. So where is that blueprint? This is one of those ones where once we've got it lined up, we can just run down the row and then run down the row the other way. Great. Then we need to extend out coverage. Take this, reverse it. Now I've had issues before with blueprints stamping down over the top if they are reversed. That seems all right. Yep. And off we go. So in principle, we now have sufficient solid fuel. How are we doing this time? We're up to 8 a minute. Right, rocket fuel we are producing 480. We should be producing about 530. So I wonder what the problem is. Okay, so this here is full of rockets. And all our Logibots are working. It's a logistics priorities issue. So all the Logibots are working still. They're not prioritizing moving the solid fuel. They're prioritizing doing other things. Okay. This isn't the solution. I'm just going to throw in loads of bots. Yeah, so this is one of these things where clearly this kind of logistics bot build does not work. Okay, so what have we learned today? To make this kind of build work, what we need is a totally separate solid build, because there's so much traffic here from these things that the bots are never coming over here to collect anything. And it's not it's purely how the job queues are organized. So this is never going to work. Yeah, we're at 8 a minute. So what we need is a brand new thought. We're going to need a separate solid fuel build from the satellite build, which is annoying. I was hoping to combine them. Yeah, and that's all there is. I quite like this unit, so we will see if we can build it around this unit. We can square it up. Let's do that quickly now. Okay, so we can take something like this. Let's go over somewhere else. Okay, so that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's the short side. So is that 12? Yeah, there's something not quite right, not quite symmetrical about this build. It's the final one. The beacons are not. Okay, let's try that again. So that's correct. Okay, so we still have a couple of beacons that are not quite where we would expect. There. That. So if we took this a second time, and put it down here, this is kind of a weird one. It only has a train going out. So let's see if we can build this. So we need logistics from there to there. Might even be worth splitting this up into 2 subnets. Then we need a rail. To take the product away. And that would have a request a chest. Let's put in 2 of them, just because. Okay, so this would request solid fuel. Actually, let's request 100. We're building 500 at this site, so let's request 500 in each box. Okay, then these go down here. We put our second build underneath. Okay, I'm a bit mystified here about how everything lines up. Is that exactly that? Yeah, and that's within beacon range. That's within. Okay. Let's take all this out because it's clearly not working. Great. All right. Then we'll hook up something similar to this again. Sorry, not talking because I'm using all my thinking, lining things up. Okay, let's put in fluid. Wonderful. Then throw in some Logibots. Check the chests are capped. Yes, they are. And then power the whole thing up. Okay, that didn't work. There we go. So, what's our production of solid fuel looking like? We need this to be above 500. Okay, we've hit 200. It's climbing. $300. Okay, so what this is illustrating is bot builds aren't merely a case of throwing the components together in the same Logi network. Even if you have the capacity, even if you throw an unenviable quantity of Logibots at it, you still have to actually build the network in a way where everything works. So 480, 490, 500. Okay, so this produces 500. 515. 530. So we're well within capacity. Okay. And obviously I'd let this run for a while to sync up. But this build worked 570. I'll have to see if I've got too many machines. This machine worked, whereas mixing this machine build in with this didn't work. Okay, let's have a look. How many Logibots are we using? Okay, so if you look, we're using 600 and odd Logibots. Now, let's play a game. Let's put... This is... yeah. So let's put a box there and a box there. And delete that and that. Okay, so I'm just wondering how much we can take away from this network. And still have it work. Okay. So this is now 2 networks. Let's put in a few extras in here. I just want to make sure we're definitely well within what the network requires. So if you remember, when we had this all mixed up, we needed, well, we gave up adding bots. Whereas this seems to be running fine with about 5 bots. And this is run, yeah. So it's using 10 bots. So that, I think we can take out more here. Okay, look at, sorry, production 480, 500 and odd. So the production is unchanged. So we have got here a setup which is a single logistics bot servicing 2, 4, 6 rocket fuel machines, and this is running at full speed compared to this build, which when I added about 2,000 Logibots still wasn't managing to service the whole of this build. So I think that tells you everything you need to know. It's really important how you structure these networks, and it's more important how you structure them than anything else. So I think if I was doing this, now gives me a template for how to build the whole thing. So if I take that is one rocket fuel build. And we can tile these however we want. So can I tile this way nicely? Yes, I can. Okay, so I'll figure out yeah, that's a tiling. So we can tile these sideways and build up a nice big rocket building factory which shares beacons. For the 7,000 and odd we need. I can't think of any more compact build at this time, but it's pretty amazing you can do this with almost no bots. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. I'm calling the rocket part, sorry, the solid fuel part for the satellite done. Next time we will look at the next component, which I think is going to be either low density structures or accumulators. All right, well, thanks very much. It's pretty amazing. This is enough solid fuel for a 10K worth of satellites. Cool. Well, I will see you again soon. Thanks very much for watching. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. And next time we will do the next thing. Bye-bye.